let's jump into these UFC fights. First fight on the prelim card. You have uh, Alejandro Perez against Johnny Eduardo. Perez is 21 and 8. He has 9 wins by knockout, 5 wins by submission. He is 3 and 2 in his last 5. He lost his last fight by KO to Song Yudong. But he's Perez is a pretty well balanced fighter. Eduardo is 28 and 12. He has 10 wins by knockout, 11 wins by submission. He has a 4-inch reach advantage. He's 2 and 3 in his last 5. He lost his last fight by submission to Wood. Eduardo hasn't fought since 2018. He has decent striking. I like Perez here. I think Perez's wrestling is going to be the difference in this fight. Perez is a minus 265 favorite. Eduardo's a plus 210 underdog. This is one of them fights that I really don't see going the distance. I think Perez is going to take him down and get off his ground and pound and probably finish him. Or it could be it could be a submission. But I think I don't see this fight going the distance. Will the fight go the distance? Yes, is at plus 126. You can get no at minus 164. So that's still a lot better odds than if you just take it Perez money line. Let's see what you can get on here on FanDuel with a double chance. You can get Perez to win by knockout or TKO or on points at minus 210. If you are convinced he's going to get a finish, which that's what I figure is going to happen, you can get Perez to win by knockout or TKO or submission at plus 120. I like Perez in this fight. There's a few different options that you can bet on it. All right. The next fight on the prelim card is going to be Shaina Young against Stephanie Edgar. Edgar is a minus 122 favorite. Young is a plus 100 underdog. Young is 7 and 3. She has good striking. She has 1 win by knockout or TKO, 3 wins by submission. She's 3 and 2 in her last 5. She lost her last fight by unanimous decision to Chesson, who's also on this card. Edgar is 5 and 2, 2 wins by knockout or TKO, 2 wins by submission. She'll have a 3-inch reach advantage in this fight. She has strong grappling. She lost her last fight by unanimous decision. She's 3 and 2 in her last 5. She got out wrestled her last fight, and that was supposed to be her strength. I think Young is going to be able to get this fight to the ground as well. I like Young here at the plus 100 as a slight underdog. Okay, next fight we have Silva de Andrade against Perez. Silva is 26 and 4, lost last fight by decision, has 19 wins by knockout, 2 and 3 in his last 5, has good wrestling. Perez is 15-6 and 1, good striking, lost last fight by submission. He has 11 wins by knockout or TKO, 3 wins by submission. He's 3-2 in his last 5. He has very little wrestling. I like Silva here. He's a minus 230 favorite. Pirello's a plus 184 underdog. I think Silva's wrestling is going to cause Perez a lot of trouble. Perez don't have very much grappling at all. But I mean, I can see. Perez does have good striking, but I see Silva being able to get on the inside, getting this fight down to the ground, and being able to land some ground and pound. I like Silva in this fight. All right, next fight on the prelims, we have Devonta Smith against Jamie Malarkey. Smith is a minus 158 favorite. Malarkey a plus 128 underdog. Smith is 11-2, 10 wins by knockout or TKO, 4-1 in his last 5. He'll have a 2-inch reach advantage in this fight. He has good striking, good wrestling. He won his last fight by knockout. Malarkey is 13-4, has good striking, decent wrestling, 9 wins by knockout or TKO, 3 wins by submission, 3-2 in his last 5. He won his last fight by knockout. I think Smith's just a more well-balanced fighter. Has good striking. Has better wrestling than Malarkey. I think that's going to be a lot of the difference in this fight. I like Devonta Smith at the minus 158 on the money line. All right. Next fight on the prelims is Betch Correa against Carol Rosa. Correa comes in this fight at 11-5. She lost her last fight by unanimous decision. She's 1-3, 1-3-1 in her last 5. She has pretty good striking. Correa is 38 years old. She was never at always a pretty good striker, but she was never up like at the top level. She did fight some of the top level guy or women, but she could never get over that hump. She's past her prime here. She's 38 years old. She's fighting a young up and coming fighter in Rosa, who's 14-3, has 4 wins by knockout, 2 wins by submission. Has a 3.5-inch reach advantage in this fight. 5-0 in her last 5. She's just a well-balanced fighter. I think Rosa's just going to be a little too much for Correa at this point in her career. Rosa's a minus 500 favorite. Correa's a plus 360 underdog. Let's see what kind of odds we can get if we look at this fight at a few different angles than just money line. Let's see. Will the fight go the distance? You can get yes at minus 260, no at plus 168. Double chance. Rosa to win by knockout. TKO or on points is at minus 310. If you do method of victory, you could get Cara Rosa by points at minus 165, or Cara Rosa by knockout or TKO at plus 500. All right. Yeah, that's one you just have to look at the different angles, see where you get your best value from. I like Carol Rose to win this fight. I think it's probably going to be by decision. I mean, Correa is pretty tough. I just don't think she's going to be able to keep up with Rosa. All right. Then we have Antonia Shevchenko against Casey O'Neill. Shevchenko is a plus 168 underdog. O'Neill is a minus 210 favorite. Shevchenko is 9-3. She has good striking, decent grappling. 3 wins by knockout or TKO. She lost her last fight by submission. She's 2-3 in her last 5. O'Neill is 7-0. Strong ground game, decent striking. She has 2 wins by knockout, 2 wins by submission, 5-0 in her last 5. Won her last fight by submission. I like O'Neill here. You can get, that's at minus 210. Let's see what other options we can get with this fight as well, real quick. See what double chance we can get. Get O'Neill to win by knockout or submission at plus 140, or O'Neill to win by KO, TKO, or on points at minus 115. That's what I would go with. I think if she's either going to get a finish or, I don't think it's going to be a submission. It's either going to be a knockout or on points. You can get that minus 115. Pretty good value. All right. And the featured prelim bout for the UFC Fight Night this weekend is Jared Gordon against Joe Selecki. Gordon is a plus 116 underdog. Selecki's a minus 142 favorite. Gordon is 17-4, 3-2 his last 5. Won last fight by unanimous decision. Has 6 wins by knockout. He's a well-rounded fighter. He's been knocked out 4 times, though. Selecki is 11-2, 7 wins by submission. Won last fight by unanimous decision. Has a 2.5-inch reach advantage in this fight. He's 5-0 in his last 5. And he has good wrestling and decent striking. I just think Selecki's going to be too much for Gordon here. I like Selecki at the minus 142 on the money line. All right, that's all the prelim bouts. All right, so let's jump right into the main card for the UFC Fight Night this Saturday. All right, first fight on the main card, you have Alex Hernandez against Mike Bredon. Hernandez is a minus 550 favorite. Bredon's a plus 350 underdog. Hernandez is 12-4. 2-3 in his last 5. Lost last fight by unanimous decision. Has 5 wins by knockout. Has good striking, good wrestling. Bredon is 10-3. This will be his UFC debut. He's 4-1 in his last 5. 8 wins by KO, TKO. Won last fight by unanimous decision. Took this fight on short notice. I like Hernandez in this fight. He just, to me, he's the more balanced fighter. I think he's fought tougher competition than what Bredon has, and Bredon taking this fight on short notice as well. But I think, no, don't get me wrong. I think it's going to be a real good fight. But I think Hernandez is going to come out on top here. Minus 550 is pretty steepo. There's really no value there. Let's see what. Get Hernandez to win by knockout or TKO or on points at minus 280. That's a little better, but still pretty. I still think that's pretty steep. Fight to go to distance, no is at minus 192. Yes is at plus 150. Yeah, I would say somebody's getting finished here, but Like I said, I like Hernandez in this fight. You just gotta search around the different sports books, get you the best value that you can get. Try to get the best number. Next fight, I think this is going to be a fun fight to watch. You have Aspen Ladd against Macy Chesson. Ladd is a minus 250 favorite. Chesson is a plus 198 underdog. Ladd is 9-1, 6 wins by knockout or TKO, 4-1 in her last 5. Won her last fight by TKO. Has good wrestling and real good ground and pound. Chesson is 5-1, has three wins by knockout or TKO, 2 wins by submission. She will have a 6-inch reach advantage in this fight. She's 4-1 her last 5. Won her last fight by unanimous decision. She has good striking. The difference here, I think Ladd's going to be able to take Chesson down, and I think Ladd's ground and pound is going to be too much. I see Ladd winning this fight by finish. This is going to be a good fight. Be a fun fight to watch. But I like Aspen Ladd by finish. Okay. Next fight on the main card, you have Jotco versus Circunov. Jotco is 22-5, good striking, lost last fight by unanimous decision. Has 6 wins by knockout or TKO, 3-2 in his last 5. Circunov is 15-6, 9 wins by submission, 4 wins by knockout. Has good wrestling, good submissions, 2-3 in his last 5. He lost his last fight by knockout or TKO. I like Circunov here. He's a plus 126 underdog. Jotko's a minus 154 favorite. And I think Circunov, excuse me, I think he's going to win by submission. Let's see what you can get. We can get that at Circunov to win by submissions at plus 330. I like that. Let's see. What if we just take it straight up? Method of victory. Circunov, you get Circunov to win by submission at plus 330. I definitely think it's going to be a finish. So you could even check into this. See, let's go back. Let's see what we can get at the double chance real quick. You can get no, that's the wrong guy. Circunov to win by knockout, TKO or submission at plus 185. That's what I like. Right there, Circunov to win by knockout or submission at plus 185. Okay, let's move on to the next fight, which is the should be an interesting fight here too. It's the Alex Oliveira against Nico Price. Price is a minus 170 favorite. Oliveira is a plus 138 underdog. Oliveira is 22-10-1 with 2 no contests. He's 2-3 in his last 5. He has 12 wins by knockout or TKO, 5 wins by submission. He lost his last fight by submission. Price is 14-5. He's 1-3-1 his last 5. He lost his last fight by unanimous decision. He has 10 wins by knockout or TKO, 3 wins by submission. I think Price's pressure and takedowns is going to be too much for Oliveira. Oliveira is just not the same fighter as he was. He's older now. I like Nico Price here at the minus 170 on the money line. Then in our co-main event of the evening, you have Kevin Holland against Kyo Dakis, who's his brother Chris fought on the last card on the UFC 266. Holland is a minus 158 favorite. Dakis is a plus 128 underdog. Holland is 21-7, 10 wins by knockout or TKO, 7 wins by submission. He'll have a 5-inch reach advantage in this fight. He's 3-2 in his last 5. He lost his last fight by unanimous decision. Dakis is 10-2, has strong grappling, decent striking. He has 8 wins by submission, 3-2 his last 5. He lost his last fight by unanimous decision. I think it's going to be a close fight. I think Holland's just a little more well-rounded fighter, has the advantage on the feet and the striking. But if Dakis gets a takedown, he's real dangerous on the mat. I lean toward Holland here at the minus 158 on the money line. I think his takedown defense is pretty good. I think he'll be able to stuff most of these takedowns, and I think he's just a superior striker on his feet. Yes, I would favor Holland in that fight. And then in the main event, which I think is going to be a fun fight to watch, you got Diego Santos against Johnny Walker. Santos is a minus 162 favorite. Walker is a plus 132 underdog. Santos is 21-9. He's 2-3 in his last 5. He lost his last fight by unanimous decision. He has 15 wins by TKO or knockout, has good power. Walker comes into this fight 18-5, 15 wins by knockout or TKO, 3-2 in his last 5. He'll have a 6-inch reach advantage. He has good striking. He has weak grappling. He won his last fight by TKO over Span. Santos is 37, Walker's 29, but I favor Santos in this fight at the minus 162 on the money line. I think his grappling is going to be too much for Walker, and I also could see him knocking Walker out. Walker's going to have to try to keep Santos on the outside. Don't get me wrong, Walker has good power and could knock Santos out. It's going to be a fun fight to watch, but I like Thiago Santos here in the main event at the minus 162 on the money line. All right, that's all the UFC fights for this Saturday. Don't forget, we will be live right here on this channel at 3:30 p.m. on Saturday with a live watch-along and reaction to UFC Fight Night, Santos versus Walker. So come join us about that.